How have you spent this August bank holiday? This man seems quite content with life. But how about this new craze? Or then again, this crazy old phase, which seems to be a necessary evil for all present-day motorists. Is it really worth the effort just to get to the seaside? Yes, well, perhaps it is. If you can't find what you want on the beach, perhaps it's on the pier. But what's this?
Vous asseoir à ma table, il fait si froid dehors. Ici c'est confortable, laissez-vous faire, milord. Et prenez bien vos aises, vos peines sur mon cœur. Et vos pieds sur une chaise, je vous connais, milord. Vous ne m'avez jamais vu, je ne suis qu'une fille du port, une ombre de la rue.
Well, I made it. The flight was a bit bumpy, but still I'm here in one piece. Now, I've often passed through Calais, but I've never had much chance to look around the town. That's what I'm going to do now. Oh, that's rather nice. Thank you very much. It's only my fifth, really. Cheers. Now, I'm going to see the marketplace first, because today is market day. I promised I'd get Wellings a balloon, so I better go there now. Cheers. How do you do? This is the marketplace, where the vendors are trying to persuade rather reluctant customers to buy. They even give you a little something to encourage you to stay. Now, what about an old suit, or perhaps a second-hand sweater? If you rummage deep enough, you'll find something you want. You see what I mean? Of course, there are many different types of people in France. Now take me, for instance. No, on second thoughts, perhaps we'd better return to the market. Whatever you want to buy, you can find it here. But the French market seems to be a slightly noisier affair than its British counterpart. Here, not only do the vendors have a lot to say, but almost everyone else seems to have something to add. At the leeward end of the market are the fish stalls, where local restaurateurs can purchase freshly caught fish, and with the art that they have brought to perfection, turn these rather unattractive-looking objects into the most mouth-watering of dishes. The fish are brought into Calais by the local fleet of trawlers, for Calais is not only a harbour for passenger boats, it also caters for the needs of all types of cargo vessels from all over the world. But talking of passenger boats, here comes the Queen of the Channel. The captain's final instructions are rung up on the engine room telegraph, and the ship is turned towards the quay. For the captain, it's the end of another journey across the Channel. But for most of his passengers, it's the beginning of the most important and interesting part of their day's trip. The passengers wait eagerly as the boat ties up at the quayside, and not far away, some old French people sit silently gazing and gossiping. Once the gangway is in place, the happy holidaymakers pour off the ship and quickly through the customs. Once clear, the newly arrived visitors flood into the town, anxious to see all that there is to be seen and buy all that can be bought. That is, as long as customs won't object. And sweets are some of the things that can be brought back to Britain. But this young lad seems to have his heart set on something else, a genuine scale model of a French car. Made in England, of course. And talking of made in England, how about this? Even this menu goes out of its way to help the bewildered English visitors to find something to his taste. And what tastes better after a look around than a nice cup of tea? Why, it's just like home. That's good, eh? for those who aspire to the more magnificent types of French cuisine, there are places like this which cater for the most demanding of diners, with dishes that are guaranteed to make even the most figure-conscious forget all about their waistlines. And can you blame them? But I wondered, what does the English visitor eat in a place like this?
Oh, they like mainly chicken.
Chicken.
Oh, yes.
What about wine? Do they drink
Wine.
wine?
People who used to come to Europe drink wine, but people who live in England and never came to France do not.
And beer? Do they always ask for beer?
Yes, a lot of beer too.
To see some more of this charming town, let's travel round again. And what about an ice cream to help us on our tour? Fancy foreigners coming to look at us. Before you reach for your bankroll to change it into chips, I'd better explain that this is a casino of dancing and no banks can be broken here. But if you're thinking of breaking a bank, you'll most likely run into one of these gentlemen, just as I did. Monsieur Laval, what do you think of the English as drivers?
As drivers, English people is very good drivers. Nothing to say about them.
Do you ever find them on the wrong side of the road?
Or from time to time, then we say, please keep the right.
Who do you think are the worst drivers in Europe?
Oh, I'm sorry to tell that. The Belgian drivers are very bad in town.
The Belgians, are they?
Belgian drivers.
Why is that?
Well, they go too fast. They drive too fast.
So
They don't care.
we're not the worst.
You are not the worst.
That's very good. Well, carry on, Constable, then.
Thank you very much.
And now we're on our way to the Hôtel de Ville, or in our language, the Town Hall. And a very imposing building it is. But these fine old citizens of Calais, who have watched the British Army march out of France and the Germans march in, and then seen the whole process reversed, seem to be quite unimpressed with the course of modern-day development, and sit unmoved in their favourite seats in the park. At the foot of this magnificent tower is a very popular tourist attraction, this wonderful monument to the 6 burghers of Calais by that famous sculptor Rodin. But now, let's meet the Deputy Mayor of Calais, Monsieur R. Denimal. Monsieur Denimal, do you get many English visitors here?
Yes, we have lots of British visitors. We have the no passport visitors for one day, or I should say a few hours, and they are of course very sympathetic. And we also have lots of British who pass for a few minutes in Calais when they are going to the east or to Paris. But I hope that in a matter of 2 or 3 years, when we have equipped our shore with hotels and all what attracts tourists, well, I hope they will come here and spend 1 or 2 weeks of their holidays.
Monsieur Denimal, to be serious for a moment, how do you feel about Great Britain joining the common market?
Well, lots of people are speaking nowadays about the entry of your country in the common market, and I personally, and I'm not the alone, I hope that you will enter the common market very shortly, because it is certainly your interest, as it is ours, to extend the importance of Europe.
And also, what do you think of the tunnel, the proposed tunnel between England and France?
Well, for Calais it would be certainly a very good event, because we have of course close relations by plane and by boat, but certainly we would have lots of advantages in getting British here in half an hour and with the cars.
Well, Monsieur Denimal, Scotland and France have long been allies. Let's hope that England takes the hint and joins them. Yes? Thank you very much, Mr. Denimal.
Thank you very much.
Those who rush through Calais on their way to somewhere else never realize that this resort has miles of golden sands to offer the would-be holidaymaker. All the young people make full use of the beach, and even this gentleman isn't exactly letting opportunity pass by. To the local Calaisians, these chalets become a second home in the summer. But I contented myself with a quiet stroll along the length of the beach. Of course, if you haven't a permanent chalet, you can always bring your own, but this can be a bit risky on a windy day. The boat prepares to leave, but back in the town, the visitors are doing their last-minute shopping and trying to remember if they've bought all the souvenirs they should have done. And what about postcards? Have we bought enough, or do we need some more? Did you say postcards? This gentleman will sell you anything from gold watches to those ghastly cigarettes given half a chance. Yes, you're allowed to take a small flask of your favourite blend back to Britain with you. That is, if you have enough of their strange tight money left to pay for it. If you're a bit bewildered by their old and new francs and centimes, the shopkeeper will always help you out. And if there's still some left, well, here's a present that's bound to be appreciated. But the people back home aren't the only ones who appreciate all this buy. It's good for local trade, and to find out how good, I visited the local Chamber of Commerce to talk to its chairman, Monsieur Ravis. What effect do British tourists have on local trade?
British tourists have a very happy effect, but they are only day trippers. They come only for a few hours, 5 times every week. What we should like to have accommodations in order that English people might come to Calais and spend a few days, and they are sure to have a hearty welcome.
Is this your first trip to France?
I'm afraid it is, yes.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, very much.
How do you get on with the language?
Oh, the daughter speaks the language, so it's
So
quite
you're all right?
yes.
What brings you on a day trip to Calais?
Well, having worked my way around the world all my life for 41 years, I came to settle in England, and I thought I'd bring the wife across to Calais. I've seen these places before, and she hasn't.
Is this your first trip?
Yeah,
And what did you think of it?
it's lovely.
Lovely, is it? What have you got in there?
Some presents from the Baron's sister.
Good for you. And what about the boys? What did you think of it?
Well, it was very nice, but didn't think much of the language, couldn't understand the Frenchman very much.
Well, don't you learn French at school?
No, I used to.
You've forgotten it all.
Yes,
Bet you wish you'd learnt it now, don't you?
yes.
What do you think of the French girls?
I think that's smashing. I reckon they're better than the English girls anyway.
Did you talk to any?
No, they wouldn't talk to us.
And where are you from?
Clacton.
All from Clacton, are you? You had a good day?
Yes, very good.
What did you do when you got to Calais?
Spent our money.
What on?
Oh, the cures.
Well, that's a good start, anyway. Naturally.
Cream cakes. Yes.
Cream cakes?
Yes. And coffee.
Better than the English ones?
Yes, fabulous.
What do you think of these one-day trips? Are they a good idea?
Oh, yes, I think so. I think they're very nice. Enjoyed it very much.
Would you rather have started from England earlier and spent longer in France?
I think I would, yes.
You wouldn't have minded starting about 7 o'clock in the morning, would you?
No, not for a trip like this.
And tell me, sir, did you have a nice time in Calais?
Pardon, monsieur. Je ne comprends pas du tout, je suis français, je n'ai pas anglais, oui. Eh bien, au revoir, excusez-moi.